Hello, hello, hello. I am back. We are back. And I am here with my business bestie, Miss Dawn McCarty. And we are excited about Government Contracting University launching on the Reverend Dr. Danielle Winningham's platform. Welcome, 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 everybody. Hey, Dawn.
Hey girl, how are you?
I am super excited, super elated. Just having a wonderful time this weekend on Coach's platform, launching, getting everyone registered inside the Facebook group. And for those of you who are tuning in, I am Monique Spalding, CEO of SPMC International LLC. There's a little glare on my glasses. I am Monique Spalding, CEO of SPMC International LLC, and the founder of Government Contracting University, GCU. And so I am super excited to be with my business bestie, Ms. Dawn McCarty. Dawn, please introduce yourself and tell the people what you do.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good morning if you're watching from anywhere else in the world. I am Dawn McCarty, and I am the CEO of Securing Everything, and I work closely with Miss Monique in working on strategies for government contracting, and we'll be talking today about fulfilling our purpose on with government contracts. So I am so happy to be here, so happy to be supporting you. So let's, what do you want to talk about first?
All right, well, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Well, first and foremost, we talk about purpose. You know, there was a book by Rick Warren called The Purpose-Driven Life. Okay, I have many copies, never read the full thing, but got the gist of it. You know, that my life has a meaning that has purpose. And so you might be wondering, you know, why am I here on the earth? You know, what is my purpose? What is my mission in life? What am I, you know, actually called to do? And so with that being said, just want you to be aware that we have a mandate, we have a mission, we have a purpose in life. And, you know, your business is created for a reason. And you having a industry to or a niche market to reach, you have a mandate, you have a purpose to fulfill, and you could possibly do that. You know, now government contracting is not for everyone. I think if you've been watching and following along this weekend, you've heard me say that. So, you know, government contracting is not for everyone, but nonetheless, you know, you could actually fulfill your purpose by going after one of these multi-million-dollar contracts. And I'm going to continue to talk about the math. I'm not going to say the math right now. I'm going to give you a chance to respond, but we're going to talk about the math because it's just insane for you not to go after one of these contracts.
Right. And, you know, maybe people know a little bit about you. Maybe they haven't met you yet, but you are a retired captain of the U.S. Army. And you might think about, you know, what was I doing in the Army? What led me to that? And then what happens after the Army? So I kind of like the idea that you've taken that leap into government contracting because you have so much of that traditional knowledge, that tribal knowledge of how the government works. So it's like a perfect thing for you to be able to step into and help others. So I love that purpose. And that may not be what you thought of, but that's what I think of when I see you and when we want to talk about how you're fulfilling your purpose. I think that's an amazing thing that you have come to this place. And your purpose just kind of just like fits right in there for you.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, I definitely feel like I am fulfilling my purpose. I have clients through Government Contracting University. And again, the LLC is SPMC International LLC. Hey, Juanice, thank you for sharing. Thank you for tuning into the broadcast. Thank you, Queen. Thank you so much. And so I feel like I am fulfilling my purpose because I am actually seeing my clients' businesses come to life. They are flourishing. They're actually, you know, gaining traction. You know, I'm not going to tell you all my clients' business, but I had a client and I gave them some tidbits about some other areas to get certifications and things of that nature. And they took what I said and shot out the meeting and went after those certifications. And by the time it was time for their capability statement, they were now able to have the logos on their capability statements. It was just amazing, just amazing. So, just see transformation, the business transform and life transform. Hey, Juanice, life transform, just before your very eyes. It's just so wonderful. And I'm just super excited about it.
Absolutely. And I've watched how you have gone about doing this, and you really kind of cut out all of that clutter and how to do the process, and when helping me in my process as well, that it seems so easy when you're right there helping. So this is an amazing thing that you're helping other people because you have some of that insight knowledge, and you're really good at that strategy and just kind of carving right through the chaos and helping people really come up with that capability statement. So
yes, definitely. That is the key. As you know me because you're my business bestie. I'm like a stickler for that capability statement. Yes. You just absolutely have to have one.
You will absolutely know why you're doing something because she's going to tell you why. And you're just going to understand that she understands the process, which really makes you feel a little more confident in what you're doing and what you're applying for and going after some of those contracts. Once you finish the work, you're going to be totally set up.
Most definitely. And I just actually this afternoon had a working session with a client who was very satisfied and just very super excited and elated to get going. And so I want you to come to the webinar tonight. It is a free webinar. It's called Hop into Government Contracts webinar. It is tonight at 7 p.m. Central. Go to bit.ly/hop, HOP, into INTO-GC. So that's bit.ly/hop into GC. And so with that being said, it's all lowercase. It is free, but you do have to register. And we do have a Facebook group that already has the link. I was in there. Okay, you guys gonna get me going now. I was in there in the Facebook group and I was playing, let's see if I can find it. Oh, wait. I was playing a little music. Hey, just jamming to a little bit of a simulation of a little bit of James Brown, Keys O'Kane. So I was in there motivating the group and everything. Everyone is excited. They're giving comments and everything. And I just went live on my page, working on my slides and everything, going over the presentation, making sure that everything is in order for tonight. And so I'm super excited to let you know that this information that I'm going to be dropping, you don't want to miss it. Please register. Go to bit.ly/HOPINTOGC. That's hop into GC. bit.ly/hop into GC to get registered, and you'll receive an automatic responder that will prompt you to join the Facebook group. Please join the Facebook group. People are going to be dropping their industries in there. I'm going to be doing a little bit of research in between now and 7 p.m. Central and coming up with some nuggets, to talk about, if certain industries that are available in government contracting. I know for a fact there was a woman that was on an earlier this afternoon that was talking about how she has a moving company and she's a real estate agent in Atlanta, and someone else had creates wigs and things of that nature. These are all things that the government buys, and so it's just wonderful. And thank you, Dawn, for sharing. Sharing is caring. Okay. So keeping it moving. And yes, that is the bit.ly link, bit.ly/HOPINTOGC. That's hop into GC. And so we just thank you. If you're watching the broadcast, first and foremost, let me know where you're tuning in from. What area of the world are you tuning in from? And then not only that, share the broadcast, because this information, you might know someone within your circumference of influence of people that are in small business that might be interested in attending this webinar. All right,
Mm.
Florida's in the house. Florida,
Woo-hoo.
Super Bowl champs. I have to give it to you, Super Bowl champs.
Yeah,
Florida's
there
in
we
the
go.
house.
There we go.
Florida's in the house.
Yep.
You know, and I'm actually in Kansas City, Missouri. So with that being said, just really happy to be before you on this platform, as I noted when we first came live. So again, talking about fulfilling your purpose with government contracts. Now, let's just talk about, you know, the emptiness that one may have when you're not fulfilling your purpose, when you're not, you know, in that groove of this is what I've been called to do. You know, many of you might have passions. And I also want to say this, you might not even have a business name. You might not even, you just might have an idea. Come to the webinar, because I work with clients that are at the inception of their business. They're just now getting started, coming up with their company name, getting incorporated and things of that nature, and taking them all the way through to the point of being able to bid on federal government contracts. And I also want to say that now that I said federal, we are talking about federal government contracts, because local, city, and states are different throughout the United States. So I am talking about federal government contracts, but it's an opportunity to come to a webinar that's totally free for you to get the information. So Dawn, let's talk about that emptiness, you know, that you feel when you're not fulfilling your purpose, when you're not on assignment to do what you call to do. You're called, you have a dream, you have a desire, you have a vision to do something, and you're just not going after it. You're not doing those IPAs, that income producing activity, to go after it. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you are just going to work every day and you're just kind of going through the motions, and you're just bringing home that paycheck, you're just supporting, barely getting by, maybe, you know, what else is there in life? And I know that for myself, I've thought about, my gosh, there's got to be more than this. I'm not going to retire doing this. Please tell me I'm not going to retire. So, you know, you might have those same types of thoughts. Like, what was I really here to do? What would make such a significant difference? Because let's face it, we're human and we want to be significant. We want to make a difference, and we want to do things that are spectacular, something that our family will be proud of and talk about, and those kinds of things. So when you're talking about government contracts, you know, that kind of sounds a little scary. And what do you do? How do you know how to do it? But there's a lot of reward in the government contracts as well, because we all know the government spends money. That's what our government does. They spend money. So who's getting the money? They're often issuing these contracts. And like you mentioned, they were looking for people that sell wigs. Well, if you sell wigs and that is part of your purpose, then have you ever thought about going after a government contract?
Girl, let me tell you, the Veterans Administration purchased wigs at $650 a piece. I wish I sold wigs.
Right. Right. So maybe you're onto something, and maybe you're kind of feeling fulfilled. You're kind of feeling satisfied, but you kind of feel like, you know, I wish I could make this bigger, or I could make this more, or I could reach more people. Well, going after a government contract may be the exact vehicle that you need to be able to make that leap and to do that. So how do you prepare for a government contract, Monique? Can you just go online and fill it out? What do you need to do to be able to get started in that?
Well, first and foremost, I'm going to say you have to come to my webinar to find out. You have to come.
There you go. So first step number 1, go to the webinar.
Go to register for the webinar. But at the webinar, I am going to tell you, I'm going to give you some statistics, and we're going to talk about the numbers now. But you're going to hear it again, because you need to receive these numbers in your mental space. Annually, approximately $500 billion annually, the federal government issues out in procurement contracts. And that's a lot of money. Mm-hmm. Okay. And when you do the math, 23%, which is actually 115 billion, goes to small businesses.
115 billion with a B.
Yes, 115 billion with a B. 23% of that 500 billion is 115 billion, and that's set aside for small businesses. And
Wow.
so, with that being said, now get this, because we are both women, 5%, which is approximately 5.7 billion, is set aside for women-owned small businesses. And so they even, curtail it some more, and then there's even some more, 3% is set aside for veterans, and so, it's just really an opportunity to level up and go to the next level concerning your business, your purpose, fulfilling your purpose with government contracting. And if you've tried some things, sometimes you have to try some things that you've never done before. And it could be, I'll be honest with you, it could be a little scary. You could be a little timid or intimidated, and that's why I'm holding a webinar, so you can learn who I am, learn about me, learn about Government Contracting University, and there's going to be a live Q&A, so you can ask questions and things of that nature. But in addition to just answering your question, again, what is it that you have to do? Because I don't want to leave anyone wondering, like, oh, she didn't really answer.
Well, yeah, you can't just go to a website and fill out an application and win a contract. There's a lot more to it, right?
Most definitely. And one of the things I'm going to be talking about, I'm not really talking about it here or at this platform, because I want to talk about it and give you some details of it inside the webinar. But I do have a 10-week course that I am launching, and so I'll be talking about that. But in that course, you're actually going to make sure you'll receive a business assessment concerning government contracts and government contracting, to make sure that your business is set up appropriately, that you have your LLC and your website and your email address and things of that nature. So I will do that for you. And then you're going to have all 8 aspects of that capability statement. They're working sessions, and so we'll be working on that. And the most important, yes, Don, that's right, 115 billion. And the most important really is that SAMS account. And so we're going to set up your SAMS account. And then once that's set up, the government will do its investigation of your company, check with the IRS, your EIN number and all that stuff, and make sure everything is legit and checks out. Once everything checks out, then you will receive a CAGE code. And so your CAGE code, you'll get your DUNS number. We'll talk about core competencies, differentiators, past performances. And so in the course, but I'm not going to explain everything right now here live to you. You have to come to the webinar. But these things are going to set you up to help you fulfill your purpose in government contracting, because all of these pieces come together. Because this is one thing about me. I'm not going to put you in front of the federal government, a contracting officer or a prime contractor, to try to get a subcontract in you fulfilling your purpose, and you don't have a capability statement.
Right.
Because you could have the best, the bomb.com elevator pitch. I mean, you could win 5 stars with your elevator pitch. But if you don't have a capability statement, this is what's going to happen. You're going to say your elevator pitch, and then they're going to say, the next thing they're going to say is, do you have a capability statement? And when you say no, then that door of opportunity that was actually opened for you to fulfill your purpose in government contracting has now been shut, because now they know that you're green. Yep. And they know you're green. They know you're green. They know you don't know what you're doing, because everyone who's anybody in government contracting has a capability statement.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Well, the exciting part of it is that you don't have to do it alone. And you mentioned something about it might sound scary. You might be afraid to venture into something so new, and especially when it has to do with the government, that can be a little intimidating. But if it wasn't scary, it wouldn't be exciting. So it's okay to be afraid of, or, have that little bit of edge, that little bit of fear that just kind of makes you think, because then it will be super exciting when you win that first contract, because you went through her program and because you set it up correctly. There's a lot of places out there you could probably try to maybe do this by yourself, but when you're doing it by yourself, there is no guarantee that you're going to do it correctly and even get the seat. Now, of course, there is never a guarantee because the government controls all aspects of that. So you can prepare and you still might not, get the call for the contract, but she is going to prepare you the best way possible to get in front of that government contract. Is it assessor? I forget what the term is.
Contracting officer.
So, to get there, she's going to help you be as prepared as possible to be in that seat.
Most definitely. So again, go to bit.ly/HOPINTOGC and register to attend the webinar. It starts at 7 p.m. Central on tonight. And so the link has already been dropped and posted in the Facebook group. The Facebook group, once you register, you will receive an autoresponder to join the Facebook group. And so with that being said, you can join the Facebook group, and we're having some wonderful engagement on the inside of the Facebook group, or some activity inside there. And so with that being said, I'm just super excited, because fulfilling your purpose, fulfilling your destiny is very important, not to make light of suicide or anything like that, but those people who have succumbed to that type of death, they feel that they have no value, that their life has no worth, that they have no value, and I'm here to tell you that you do have a value, you do have a worth, you do have a purpose, and you can actually fulfill your dreams. Now, I'm going to ask you a question, Dawn. Fulfill your dreams with government contracts. Dawn, if you received $1 million contract today, what would you do with the money?
Oh my gosh. I'd have to call my coach and say, what am I going to do with this money? First things first is you do have to invest in yourself and your business so that you can so they can survive and have that longevity and keep going, because you don't want just one. I don't want just one. If I can win one, I can win two. And if
Exactly.
I can win two, I can win four. So this is something that is going to build momentum. So making sure that you have the support system that you need, that you have the coaching if you need coaching, that you have the platform if you need the platform, that you have everything you need for that business to be able to set up and be established. And also, we haven't talked about it yet, but there's certain criteria that you must have in place for your business to even be awarded a contract. So that's a whole nother thing. So coaching is super, super important to get all of these key elements so that you can get those multiple contracts and continue to grow in there.
Most definitely. And I talked about that earlier today. I talked about having a pipeline of contracts that you're bidding on, just like companies that focus on that have sales that generate their revenue. They have a pipeline of sales or pipeline of leads.
Multiple streams, yeah.
Exactly. You need to have a pipeline of contracts that you're bidding on, contracts that are available 6 months out, 1 month out, 2 years out, even that you're watching contracts that are coming out 3 years down the pipe. This is not a game. This is no joke.
No.
People that do government contracting are very serious about what they do. And I know you know that, Dawn, and so I'm just letting the American people, as Coach Jennifer King would say, I'm going to talk to the American people, just letting the people out there watching and viewing know that this is very serious. They take it literally. They're watching contracts 3 years out. So it's 2021? Mm-hmm. So 3 years from now, 2024, there are companies that are already talking about putting together their bid for when this contract is going to come up for renewal in 2024.
Yeah.
Constantly you have to be on your A game. But the thing of the matter is, and this is what I want to say, the thing of the matter I want to tell you is that I am here to guide you. I am here to help you. And you're not going to be alone. You're not going to be alone. And is it okay to tell the people that you're actually going to be there, Dawn?
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to be there. And I kind of want to touch a little bit more on the purpose piece and people that are kind of thinking, well, what would I do? What could I possibly bid on? And I was thinking, it wasn't that long ago that I had no idea that the government was interested in purchasing wigs. Now, I don't sell wigs. I'm not in the wig business, but I know people that are. And I don't know that they know that they can bid on a wig contract with the federal government. So if you have a purpose and your purpose is to help women, say you have women that have thinning hair, say you have women that have gone through chemotherapy and lost their hair, and they just need to have that little bit of beauty so that they can make it through the most difficult times of their lives. Or something else may have happened. Maybe they had to have surgery. So wigs are a very, very important part of a lot of other people's purpose in life. So you, as a wig maker, you might be helping others. Your passion might just be in something like that. And just think about what a contract from the federal government would open up and the reach that you may be able to now have because you got yourself set up through Monique's program so that you could walk through every single step that you need to be as prepared as you can and go after it. You have to go after it.
Most definitely. And I want to just thank Miss Rose for watching. Rose, we're live. You're not watching the replay. We're live. Live in color. Yes. You are so right, Dawn. And what people don't know is this, that the government considers wigs as a prosthetic. So just like, you might have a leg or amputation and you get another leg or finger or arm or something like that, they consider that a prosthetic. And so I didn't know that either. And when I first heard it, I was like, say what? I spent 14 years in the Army and I was just like, I've never heard of any such thing. But I did my research and it is true. They do currently. Yeah, Rose says, I didn't realize you were live. Yes. We are live, Queen. We are live. So we're just sitting here talking about government contracts and fulfilling the purpose of government contracts. And that is so true, Dawn, because, you don't know what you don't know. Okay. Right. You don't know what you don't know. And so with that being said, you yourself, you're in the cybersecurity industry. I mean, that is huge, which I don't want to give any takeaway. I don't want to spill the beans of what we're going to be talking about later on tomorrow. But, that is huge. Cybersecurity is huge concerning.
Yes, absolutely. And I'll go as far as to say, there's certain departments in our government that are very concerned about cybersecurity. And of course we should be. Everybody really needs to have a concern about where we are in the world today and how cybersecurity affects everybody. And it affects the small businesses. It affects you at home and how, you might be working from home. You might be running your business from a home office. So in all of that, and also getting into the government contracts, you really need to show up tonight because there's some really important information that you must know. It's a deal breaker. This is absolutely 100% a deal breaker if you do not do these things correctly. So it's really important that you come and you learn what these steps are.
Most definitely. So with that being said, everyone, we're going to get on out of here. We've been in here talking about fulfilling your purpose with government contracting. Super excited to be before you. Again, I'm Monique Spalding. And Dawn, please let the people know how to get in contact with you.
Oh, I am on Facebook. You can look me up at Dawn McCarty, or Securing Everything actually is a Facebook, my business page. And that has a lot of my information there. I'm also on LinkedIn. I'm on Clubhouse at Dawn McCarty. LinkedIn is Dawn McCarty, I believe. And I have a LinkedIn tree or linked tree on my Instagram account that has all of that. That's probably the easiest way to figure out where to find me because I'm always doing something. So.
All right. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Well, again, everyone, I'm Monique Spalding, CEO of SPMC International LLC and the founder of Government Contracting University, and just want to personally invite you to tonight's free webinar called Hop into Government Contracts. Go to bit.ly/HOPINTOGC to get registered. Opt in to join the Facebook group. The link for the webinar is already posted. People are already in there. We're engaging, and let us know what industry you're in so that I can do some research and have something to say about your specific industry, because it's all said and good to talk about wigs and transportation, but if you do accounting, you want to hear something about a government contract concerning accounting. Exactly. So, but I need to know your industry. I'm not going to just do an impromptu, on what your industry is, but I know Dawn's industry is cybersecurity, and that's just a huge area, a huge arena within government contracting. And so with that being said, want to thank you for tuning into the live. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for registering. You can always reach me. Now, I'm on Clubhouse, but I have 3 clubs on Clubhouse. You need to follow me. Government Contracting University, GCU, is on Clubhouse. I have small business owners on Clubhouse, and I have WIGC, and WIGC stands for Women in Government Contracting Club on Clubhouse. So if you go to the my bio, and I'm Monique Spalding. Spalding is without the U. You go to Monique Spalding on Clubhouse, then you will be able to go to my bio and scroll all the way down on my bio, and it's the first 3 icons on the left. It's GCU, then small business owners, and then WIGC after that. And so I just want to thank you for following me. Feel free to inbox me. Feel free to follow me on my social media page. Again, thank you, Reverend Dr. Danielle Winningham. Coach, you are the GOAT. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for allowing us to be on your platform today. And set your notifications on, because it's not over. Government Contracting University is launching this weekend, and I'll be back. And guess what I'll be talking about? Government contracts. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.